Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel where today we are going to take a look at the Era 2 Stridsvagn S1 Wolverine. For those of you short on time, here is my quick review. The Wolverine is the first S-Tank to come to Cold War. If you're experienced at playing the S-Tanks with their siege mode, like the ones that we already have in World War II, you will love the Wolverine, because not only is it a standard S-Tank, but it also comes with a dual-shot ATGM launcher. If you're not experienced with S-Tanks and their siege mode, like the ones we have in World War II, this may come as a very steep learning curve and an expensive learning curve at that. The World War II Tier 8, 9 and 10s can theoretically be earned for free. The Wolverine's base package will set you back 11,630 gold. That's with the 10% saving that Wargaming have going on right now. Without the 10% saving, that jumps up to something like 12,000 gold, something up there like that. So it's not the cheapest of premium tanks, let's be honest. If you're confident that you like the playstyle of S-Tanks, then this one is one that you're really going to enjoy. If there's any part of you, though, that is hesitant about this tank and how it needs to be played, I wouldn't recommend it. Right, let's jump into the details of this tank. This is the first time a Swedish Stridsvagn has come to World War II. See? Cold War. We're in Cold War now. It is a very unique vehicle, so while it's a TD in-game, it's not really comparable to anything else that we have at the moment. I mean, we do have the M50 tank destroyer in Era 2, but the way the S-Tanks play, I personally don't think we can compare them because it is just so different. That said, though, let's just run through the stats real quick, and then I'll give you my opinion on this tank. So, with my equipment and crew setup, standard rounds have 367mm of penetration, which, when compared to other heavy and medium premiums in Era 2, is the second. That it comes in as the second worst penetration value for standard rounds, only just beating the FV4 211. By 2mm. So that's not necessarily bad because the FV is, well, it's the FV. Everybody knows that reputation. So it might not be the worst thing in the world. If you load gold, though, your pen jumps up to 451mm. Both standard and gold rounds will do an average of 480 damage per shot, and the hit point pool for the Wolverine is 2,600. Its max speed is 60 kilometers an hour forwards, 50 kilometers an hour backwards, which is a bonus of this tank. You can get out of trouble fairly quickly backwards. The view range is 551 meters, and finally the still concealment is 106 meters, which is very good. I say finally, actually. Like I've said, though, this does come with ATGMs. So each ATGM has 450mm of penetration and will do an average of 300 damage. So, those are the stats. But what is this thing like to play? Well, if I were forced to use only one word, I would go with different. This thing is totally different to anything else we have in Cold War. Fortunately for me, though, this isn't my first rodeo with an S-Tank. I do have the Tier 8, 9 and 10 in World War II, and I do like them. Their only problem, though, is that they're very situational, and that is also true in Cold War. Well, this is where it's really tough, because some aspects of this vehicle are the same as World War II, some aspects aren't. So, if you try and play it like it's World War II, you'll have a little bit of success, but you will have to adapt slightly to the Cold War environment. So, for me, I started playing like it was World War II, and I didn't have very much success. So I switched up my gameplay, my play style, and I was a bit more aggressive, and I was actually able to pull off a 10,000 damage game in this thing. It was a very good game, and you can go back to my live stream and see it if you wish. Right now, that may only be possible due to the fact that most people don't know how to kill one of these things yet. Traditionally, and by that I mean World War II, this tank is one that you want to play at range, because you've got good view range and concealment, which allows for very good covert gameplay. In Cold War, we have true vision, and the Wolverine has a huge box on its roof. And straight away, one thing I noticed when starting to play this thing was I got seen very, very easily. The ATGM pod on top might not be a weak point, but it gives you away. So if you do buy one, don't expect this to be the same as your World War II experience. Again though, that said, the armor is very much the same, because you just activate siege mode, approach a ridgeline, and every single incoming shot will bounce. Until someone fires HE. Because the way you kill one of these things is the same now as it's always been in World War II, you just load HE. For me, the Wolverine is a tank that I have had to be patient with. I have had to give this one time. Like I said, my first experiences with this tank were terrible. The games were awful. After giving it some time though, and learning how to play it, I've been having a lot of fun, and it is a great tanking experience. At close to medium range, the slow speed of the ATGMs isn't really an issue. Firing an ATGM and then switching to the gun, and firing the gun with the ATGMs in flight, is certainly a very different game experience, and that's one of its unique selling points. It's a very fun experience once you've got your head around how to get to that fun experience. and that's why I like it. The caveat though is that the mechanics of this tank might not be for everyone. You know, there are some people that just can't get the hang of auto loaders, some can't get the hang of auto reloaders, some just can't get the hang of siege modes. You know, if it's not for you, pass this one up. If you do like S-Tanks though, this is one I would wholeheartedly recommend, because for me, it's been great fun. Alright, we'll just finish up quickly here with the economy stats. The Wolverine comes with a 50% silver boost, 25% tank XP boost, 10% commander XP boost, and a 5% free XP boost. Those numbers aren't the best in the game, but I have still been earning some pretty good silver numbers with the 50% boost. I mean, I'm talking 250,000, 300,000 silver. That's without me adding a ×2 to that as well. So if you add a ×2, you'll get some, you know, you'll be up at 500,000 silver, and in 2 games you've got 1 million. So it's not terrible. It really isn't terrible, but this tank might not be for everyone. So just keep that in mind when you're looking to spend the 11,000+ gold on this thing. I do think people need to be careful when investing in this tank. Okay folks, that's about all I have for this one. If you've enjoyed this video, please leave it a like, if not a dislike. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and as always, I hope you're all keeping well, and I will see you out there.